Hari Om and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is Yamuna Devi. Thank you. Hari Om. Today I have a very special topic and it involves our daily life. Our daily life as a human being. And the importance of understanding that as a human being, what makes our being whole is this body, the mind, the emotions, the intellect, the soul, the spirit. So we are a whole being. It's not just our physical body. It's not just the work that we do as a physical being. That is one aspect. We are more than just the physical work we do. There's also emotional being, the mind, the mental being, the intellectual mind, and our soul, our spirit. We need to understand that to be whole, to be complete, we have to take care of all aspects of our being. All aspects, taking care of the body, the mind, the emotions, the intellect, everything. It's not just this body externally. It's also internally. It's the internal work. We need to do internal work so that we can also reflect externally positive things, things that are uplifting, things that will serve us. And even if things from outside come towards us, they do not affect us internally. They do not have an effect on us. And how can we do that? By working internally. Building that internal strength. Feeding that spirit, that soul, nourishing that spirit, that soul, and building that inner strength, that inner calmness, we can help manage the external world and the things that happen externally. So it is not only being efficient and effective externally in a work atmosphere. It is also managing the mind, managing the thoughts, managing the emotions. How to be emotionally effective. How to be emotionally efficient. This is very important. It's not just intellectually efficient and effective. We also have to learn that emotional aspect. Because when the emotions come, what do we do with them? If that stress comes, what do we do with it? If we just use the logic, if we just use the intellect, there's not much we can do. It will affect us. It will affect us eventually. Because as human beings, we need to interact with each other, and everyone has emotions. Everyone's carrying an emotional baggage as well. And within that emotional baggage, there is pain, suffering, trauma, so many things. Childhood pain, childhood trauma that the person is carrying. And that person is carrying that, and they are trying to empty the bag by throwing it onto someone else. That is how, in their mind, they are trying to empty that bag and that baggage. So what does the other person do with that? Right? That creates tension, that creates stress. But a person who is internally stable, emotionally well, mentally calm, peaceful within, knows how to manage that situation. So they become efficient at work as well. They become efficient with their energy because they manage their energy better. I hear many people saying, at the end of the day, I am just drained after work. I'm just drained. I'm just tired. All I want to do is lie down on the couch and just watch TV or play mindless games on my phone because they distract me. They don't make me think. They don't use the energy. But in the long run, that becomes very boring. Life becomes very boring because we are not working on ourselves. How long can you continue this pattern of feeling drained at the end of the day? How long, how many years can you handle that? Why does this happen? Because we are not being emotionally efficient. We are not understanding the emotions. We are not managing the emotions better. We are not managing our stress. And stress affects the emotions. And it triggers us. And that trigger drains our energy. It depletes our energy. We want to build energy. We don't want to deplete energy. We want to have a reservoir of energy. And from that energy, we use slowly, slowly, so that we can complete a task, so that we can fulfill our duty in this life. But we don't want to run on empty. We don't want to deplete that space and go empty, because then we start depleting resources from our health, from our well-being, from our being. So let us pause and take time for yourself, to love yourself, to reflect within. You have it within you. There's a desire. There's a desire to make the shift. It feels uncomfortable. And in that being uncomfortable is what makes us realize that we need to make shifts in our life. And that shift is dedicating time for you, for your healing, to understand the emotion, to understand everything that you're feeling. Because it is easy to put a wall and to numb yourself. But if you numb yourself, how do you experience the joy of life? How do you experience inner peace? How do you experience what it is to have relationships, the joy of a family, the joy of enjoying life? What do you do? If you put that wall, there is not going to be any proper communication between people, between workmates. You will not have any proper communication because there's not a flow, there's a blockage. How long can you hold that blockage? How long can you hold that wall? Because even holding that wall, that barrier, is painful. And it takes a lot of energy and it drains your energy. How long will you be holding that wall up? When you can feel the lightness and that freedom, all those bricks that are holding that wall are heavy to carry. It's a burden. You are dismissing your own emotions to not feel because it's too painful. But if you feel, you can heal those emotions. You can understand yourself better. And you can feel that lightness of life and live your life without feeling fear, anxiety, nervousness. You can feel the joy of life. So this is my invitation to you to start living and enjoying your life to the maximum. Give yourself space to listen to the voice within. In the beginning, it may feel painful, but the pain is not enough that you cannot handle. It will be sufficient, and it will take time. You will be able to handle it. You will be able to understand. And within all that trauma, that difficulty, there's a lesson to learn. That trauma, that pain is not yours to carry. Free yourself. Liberate yourself. Nourish the soul. Nourish your being to experience that peace within, that state of calmness within, so that you can be able to handle situations. And even when people come with their baggage, you can handle it. You don't need to put that wall anymore. But you can understand and come to terms and compassion with that person. Compassionate listening, kindness in a gentle way. Because at the same time you are being kind to that being, you are understanding that soul. You are also understanding yourself, that you are human and that you have also gone through that. And you are also capable of feeling that experience. So take your time, pause, love yourself. Take care of yourself, really take care of yourself. And dedicate time to your healing, self-love, self-care. You will feel amazing. You will feel that abundance of energy, and you will not feel drained in the end of the day. You will feel very efficient, very effective, and you will feel just so wonderful. Life is a blessing. Life is joy. And you can live in that space by witnessing and observing yourself and giving grace to yourself through the process. It's okay to feel how you feel, but there are shifts that we need to make and transform that negative energy, negative thoughts into positive ones, so you that also feel that lightness of life, so you are not stuck in that dark space. So my dear friend, I wish you a lot of love and good wishes. Thank you for being here. I pray for you. Thank you.